Hello, and welcome back to Just a Breezy Chat. This is Season 3, Episode 6. We are almost done with Season 3. We're almost to the point where where I talk about my move to Tennessee, and I get caught up in Season 4 to where we are now. I do have some announcements. I do have another podcast called Down the Rabbit Hole you can go and check out. You're probably thinking, she already has like many of these. How much free time does this girl have? I work 2 jobs, y'all. I do these in my spare time, trust me. A lot of episodes get pre-recorded so I can add them when I get my free time in. But anyway, I also have a merch shop for all you guys to go and check out as well. Help a girl out. Anyway, I have also but that's all for announcements. But also please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, ring that bell for notifications. Also, y'all, I have been binge watching New Girl again. I love the show in general, but my favorite friendship in the whole show is Cece and Winston. Come on, I love the Winston mess arounds. Those are always fun and everything. And we know why she wasn't chosen to be the godmother to their child. We all know why. But anyway, um, I do have four sister podcasts: True Crime Lounge, Just Sassy Southern Belle, Down the Rabbit Hole, and Dark Academia Queen. So, with that being said, why don't we really dive in? We're at my 3rd year at Wallace now. I'm finally meeting more friends and everything, and I've joined Rotaract Club at this point, and I changed my major for the fifth and final time at this point. At that point, I was at a really bad place in my life, and I changed it to paralegal studies. And that was just one of the best things I could have ever done. Even though right now it doesn't look like it. But it was one of the best things I could have ever done. Because at that time, I was like, I'm not going to do school anymore. I'm not, after I finished my associates. But, it was that, because see, here's the thing, biology, that was a paper degree in my opinion. I wouldn't have been happy with it. History, I love doing history, but I didn't want to have to be a teacher. Or at that point, it's so much more schooling was involved. But I did always like the legal field, so I was like, I'm gonna get my paralegal studies. Because the more I stopped and thought about it, it was just work as a paralegal when I get ready for law school. All I have to do then is just have my feet wet and everything. So by the time I do become a lawyer, I already know somewhat what I'm doing and everything, and I have some connections. But I was also starting to meet friends. My favorite event was the CCCDD Fair Night that we do every year in Rotaract. And I had fun making the posters and everything. My friend Gabby, you've seen her a couple of times on my Sassy Southern Belle podcast, my Dark Academia Queen podcast as well as my Just a Breezy Chat podcast. I believe she was in an episode in my first season, as we talked about the two of us being first generation college students, because that was the topic that was near and dear to both of us. Um, she is one of my favorite people too. She's a bookaholic just like me, while also Ravenclaws. That's my girl. She's one of my favorite people in this world, she's one of my best friends in this world, um, as well. Now, with Rotaract, that was so fun when I finally got started doing it because it was I was able to do a lot more, get out a lot more, and that was really good for me because I really got to meet more people and everything. And I met a lot of my friends who are my favorite people to this day, and also my favorite people in general. One of them, she and her husband just opened a hotel up in Coleman, and it's called the Flying 50, and it's a boutique hotel that I haven't had a chance to get down there and see, but I really do plan on it in the future getting down there and seeing, hopefully, come August. And my friend Emily, her and her fiance are engaged and everything, and they had their engagement party Saturday, and I know I could not make it down because of car issues. But anyway, but so many of my friends I've met, Bethany, who's at UAB right now, Gabby, who's starting her PhD program, even Noah, Emily's little brother, he's like a little brother to me, even Garrett, I've met so many great people in Rotaract and at Wallace that it was really good. I'm still friends with them to this very day. And there's a difference. I have my OG best friend. She will remain with me for the rest of my life. But also, I have my college best friends that I met in college. And some of them, like, I've lost contact with, but at the same time, it's like, these are my friends that I'm gonna stick around, that's gonna stick around. You're gonna come and go, and people come into your life for a season. And these guys, I love them to death. But if y'all watching, y'all know I love you. Now, um, but I was also starting to feel like I was finally getting stability in my life. And the thing is, I grew up with constant instability that I didn't know a lot of times where my next meal would be coming from. And I had a job. I was like, I wasn't happy at that job. I was at the point where I was getting very unhappy with my job, first job. And I think it's because I had been there longer than I anticipated on being. But I knew I couldn't just quit yet. That's the thing. I'm not one of those to quit without having another job lined up. I'm very much that person. And anyway, but this is also where I finally started to meet my unofficial adopted mother, Christy Hicks. She's the campus ministries director at Wallace State Community College. And everything now she has a nonprofit where she is over campus ministries at Wallace as well. I love her to death. Her and her husband are like my unofficial adopted parents, and her two boys, Samuel and Luke. Honestly, if you did not know we were biologically related, we could because we act so much alike. Me and Samuel, like, especially when we get into, like, party planning mode and all of that, and then me and Luke when we just goof off all the time. And I was also starting my healing process, or at least I thought I was. But I was slowly starting that process. But I loved campus ministries also as well. I love getting to meet people, and I was really starting to come out of my shell and everything. And finding my unofficial adopted family was the best decision ever. I was having stability in my life for once, and I really enjoyed that, honestly. But that is it for this episode. Join me as we get to my fourth year at Wallace with job drama, COVID, emotionally done, and everything else. Even got my first paralegal job, which you'll find out more about that in the future.